Hi, my name's Courtney Wymer, and today we're going to be talking about autism, specifically some facts about it and also how it might affect your classroom. Before we actually get started about it, though, I just want to make sure that everybody knows what it is. And according to the National Society for Autistic Children, autism actually refers to a condition that's characterized by severe disorders of communication and behavior that manifests itself during early developmental stages. So now that we know what it's about, we're going to hear from some people on what they think actually causes autism.
I'm not sure.
Um, I think it's like a faulty gene, some like a mix-up of genes and chromosomes.
It's probably has to do with something during pregnancy, I would think. I don't know. It doesn't seem like something that's hereditary because it feels like it's random. But I would imagine it has something to do with pregnancy.
Alright, that was actually a trick question. Nobody really knows the cause of autism yet. There are two guesses, though. The first guess is there could be a mutation in the Y sex chromosome, which, as you may know, determines if you're a boy or a girl. But since there are girls who have autism too, another guess is that there could be a mutation in chromosome 16. So while they don't know the specific cause of autism yet, they're working really hard to find it, and one day soon they will probably know the cause. And now that we've gone over the possible causes of autism, we're just going to go over some of the distinguishing characteristics.
They they really act different for the most part from what I've seen. They don't necessarily do anything wrong, but they're usually not social, and they usually seem to like symmetry. Uh, but they don't necessarily do anything wrong. It's just more of in a social sense. They feel out of line with normal kids.
Um, I think it depends on how severe the autism case is, that they can act almost like a child without autism would, or it can get more extreme as they're very socially awkward and don't like to be around people much.
So both of them actually had the right idea. All children with autism have problems communicating, whether it's verbally or non-verbally, and they can actually show extreme forms of emotional behavior. They can also seem like detached or uninterested, and change can really confuse them, so they desire order and set routines. And some children with autism can actually possess obsessive compulsive tendencies, such as like having to touch a door 5 times before they can go through it, or a spoon has to face northwest before they can use it to eat. And because of different actions like this, children with autism are strongly suggested to be integrated into the general education classroom so that they can learn how children without autism act, and they can also learn what is expected of them in the classroom. So it's widely believed that because children with autism act different from us, that they might look different too. Well, we're going to test this fact. In a few seconds, you're going to see a picture of two different children. One has autism and one doesn't, and it's just up to you guys to figure out who has it. And you never know, what you find out might surprise you.
I'm going to go with picture two.
Thinking picture two, just because um, the child looks very uncomfortable with being held, I guess.
So, which child actually had autism? So, as you may have guessed, child 1 was actually the one that had autism. So, in conclusion, the things that a child with autism needs most in the classroom are consistency and patience. Keep in mind that the child's probably just as frustrated as you are, and only change the structure of the day if it's absolutely necessary to ensure a really positive learning experience for both you and your student. If you want to learn more about autism, feel free to check out a website called autismspeaks.org, or you can also read this really good book called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. It's about a little boy with autism, and it's really eye-opening. So I hope you guys learned some stuff about autism from my presentation, and take care and be aware.